and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're visiting this channel for the first time, please subscribe, hit the button down below and subscribe. And if you like the video, which I believe you will, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you. So today I want to talk to us about temperaments. It's a topic that I really like talking about a lot. Temperament. What are temperaments? For those of us that have not heard about it before, a lot of us that are watching this video, I'm sure you've heard of temperaments before. Temperaments are basically, according to Tim Lai, temperament is the unseen force underlying human behavior. So basically, your temperament is the reason why you act the way you do. Okay? So just like the way you're born and you inherit some features from your parents, you also inherit temperament from your parents. We inherit it from our parents. Okay, so temperaments are basically the like I said, why you act the way you do. So from research, there are basically four major types of temperaments. And they include sanguine, choleric, melancholy, and phlegmatic. And these four temperaments are divided into two categories: extrovert and introvert. So basically, an extrovert is someone that, says everything. Everything about them is verbalized. An extrovert is an outgoing person. Everything concerning them is outside, Yeah, so an introvert is someone, like as the name implies, intro. Like everything about them is mostly happening on the inside. They are quiet people. They don't talk too much. They don't, they prefer to observe. They prefer to listen. Those are introverts. Okay, so in this video I'm basically just going to give us an overview of what temperaments are. I'm not going to go into details. I want to really explain it because a lot of us know what temperaments are, but we don't know in details, and this is a topic that I've researched over the years and I really like to talk about. So I don't want to just breeze through it in this video. I want to break the videos into different parts so that I can explain it, extensively. I can explain temperament extensively. Okay, so if you're interested in the topic, please subscribe, and don't just subscribe, hit the notification button so that when I upload subsequent videos, you get notified. So for this video, I just want to give an overview and explain what temperaments are. Okay, so like I said, they are divided into two: the extroverts and the introverts. And everybody basically has a bit of all the temperaments. Everybody has a bit of sanguine, everybody has a bit of choleric, everybody has a bit of melancholy, everybody has a bit of phlegmatic. So when you do, I'm going to give a temperament test at the end of this temperaments talk, so that everyone that wants to know their temperament will be able to know exactly what their temperament is. So like I said, they are divided into two: extrovert and introvert. So everyone has a bit of everything. Then it's good to note, or it's important to note, that each person has two major temperaments that are really obvious. The melancholy, is either they have one of each. Is either they have extrovert temperament, introverted temperaments in high proportions, or how do I explain it? Okay, the ratio is about 70-30. They have 70% one temperament, 30% the other temperament. Okay, so for instance, I have two major temperaments. I have melancholy temperament and I have sanguine temperament. So the major temperament I have, which is 70%, is melancholy, and then the other temperament I have is sanguine. So the little phlegmatic, the little choleric I have, they don't really show that much. So these are the two that show because they're the two major temperaments I have. So they affect my behavior. Why am I so happy at times? Why am I so friendly at times? And then sometimes I'm just quiet, I want to keep to myself. Yeah, you could say it's mood swings, but no, it's my temperament. Why do I like to write? Why do I laugh a lot? Why do I like to talk a lot? Why do I like to talk to people a lot? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I explaining this to you? My temperament, the combination of my temperament likes to teach, like to talk. So the reason why it's good, I'm diverting. Let's come back to where we were. Yeah, so everyone has a bit of these two temperaments. A bit of two temperaments and then the other one. So when we do the test, you know exactly the major temperaments that you have. Okay, so if you look at your parents, you realize that you got your temperament from them, or maybe even your grandparents. That's why you see some households, a lot of them are just quiet. That's because they have mostly introverted temperament. And you see another household, they're always shouting, and that's just the way they are. Maybe because they have sanguine or they have choleric majorly. And then you see another household, they're always laughing and happy. So your temperament is what controls your behavior, controls the way you behave. And you inherited it from your parents. And just so you know, it doesn't change. It's with you throughout your lifetime. It doesn't change. Okay? The temperament will not change. They can be modified. Every temperament has strengths and weaknesses. So if you don't like something about your temperament, you can actually change. You can actually modify your behavior. For instance, if you're not outgoing and your job requires you to meet people, to talk to people, you can work on being an extrovert. And then if you're too much of a talkative, you can work on being quiet sometimes. So yeah, your temperament stays with you throughout your lifetime, but you don't have to be a slave to it. Okay? So there are 12 blends of temperament according to Tim Lahey. I'm going to be following Tim Lahey's research because a lot of people have done research on it, but I prefer Tim Lahey's research results. Okay? So your temperaments, where was I? Okay, your temperaments are inherited. Your temperaments are inherited from your parents, and we have 12 blends of temperaments. So I'm going to be talking about all these blends. Well, I'm so excited. So I'm going to use each video to talk about each blend of temperament. I'm going to go into it extensively. I'm going to talk about the kind of behavior they have. I'm going to talk about their weaknesses, their strengths. So please stay tuned.